professor in the School of Electronic Engineering. My talk is called Giving Voice and Face to AI. I'm working in AI, and I've been working in AI since 10 years ago, and I got my PhD in computer vision 7 years ago. As you know, in AI, LLMs are super popular these days. Everyone is using ChatGPT, and these models, like Llama and ChatGPT, they're very smart. They've been trained up on huge amount of text data. But the LLMs are trained on the data from the internet. And the internet text reflects opinions and biases of the authors who write on the internet. So the text-based knowledge you can get from the internet does not fully capture the diversity of the real world. As you know, text is abstract. It's something made by humans, and it requires literacy to interpret. As you know, a lot of people in the world don't have literacy. They still cannot read and write. But so this is not a natural way. Text is not a natural way for people to learn about the world. As you know, as a child, you learn about the world by seeing and listening and hearing and touching and so on. You don't actually learn to read and write until you're 5 years old, 6 years old, even if you're educated early, right? So it's important for AI to be able to see and listen, whereas a lot of these popular LLMs are just acquire knowledge through text. And it's really important also for AI to be able to communicate to humans. And audio and vision are innate forms of communication and interpretations for humans. So it's important to give voice and face to AI. This is a child learning. So when people are born until they grow up, they use multiple senses to learn about the world around them. They see, they hear, they touch, they taste, and so on. And human brain is continuously inundated with multisensory information like these. And they learn about the world in this way. And we have a really interesting ability. If we hear the word lion, or if we read the word lion, or if we see the picture of the lion, or the crying sound of the lion, we all think of the same concept, which is the animal lion. Even if you just read the word lion, you will, in your brain, you'll think about that picture, the picture of the lion, right? Humans have this ability to merge multisensory information into the same concept. But computers right now, even the smartest AIs, are lacking this information. Because most deep learning systems, if it's computer vision, they have they can learn from visual information. If it's, for example, LLM, they learn from text information. They learn based on a single modality. What I do is my research focuses on audio-visual learning, because this is the modality that we naturally use to learn about the world around us. There's a lot of videos in unlabeled form. So if you don't need the annotated data, you can get a lot of audio-visual data for free from the internet. So if you look at here, if you just go around you, if you go outside and walk, and there's a car passing, you have the car. You get the idea of car passing through the sound of the car, and because you see the car passing, right? Also, if you go on the internet, if you play a random YouTube video, and then if you see someone playing the violin, and you also see the violin, and you also hear the violin, audio and visual information a lot of time are corresponding. So we want to learn from this information. So how can AI learn from this information? Suppose I play you this sound. And this sound. I tell you, what is the name of this instrument? You might get it right, or you might not. You might think, oh, what was this instrument, right? Because the text modality is not something that's completely natural to you. But on the other hand, if I play you this, same audio, the same to audio, but ask you which one corresponds to which sound, which image corresponds to which sound. That's very easy for you. You'll get this straight away because you learn through experience. You learn that something that sounds like this, they tend to look like this. So you don't need the text label that you learn from. Can computers learn about this? Computers can learn about this through something called contrastive learning, which I'm not going to go into. It's basically saying if they come from the same source, let's say we get a random YouTube video and we get the audio and the video signals. If they're corresponding, we say that they're matching. So they have to produce similar representations. If they come from different sources, they're not matching. That's all we're learning. And this is something similar to what we learn from experience. Let's go to speech, because I'm working in speech domain. I give you this.
You know, I can hear what the mandolin's doing with the bass.
This sound.
And it's all one side of the coin you look.
This sound. You can tell very easily which sound it comes from. It's not because you've been taught at school that women make high-pitched voice and men produce lower-pitched voice. It's because you learn through experience when you live that someone that looks like that tends to make voice like that, and someone that looks like that tends to make voice like that. And again, you can get computers to learn without labels in the same way. Because through experience, we know that someone that looks like that makes the sound like that. We just get random talking videos from the internet and make sure they're matching if they come from the same source, and their features are different if they come from a different source. And that way, we can produce features we can learn how to do face recognition and speaker recognition. Face recognition you're very familiar with. Speaker recognition is the task of saying it's the same speaker. If the two clips are from the same person, then it's positive. If two clips are from different people, it's negative. We can learn it this way without labels, right? Also, we can learn about how to do speech recognition. Just take a look at this.
One day, a young boy comes upon a sunflower while visiting the garden, and he notices how weak it looks.
Have a look at it again.
One day, a young boy comes upon a
Can
sunflower
you tell
while
which
visiting
is
the
the
garden,
positive pair,
and he
true
notices
pair,
how weak it looks.
which is the negative pair? You can tell very easily that this is the positive pair and this is the negative pair, right? It's because this is a problem that human can solve very easily. Right? You can tell that this is right and this is wrong because of the correspondence between the audio signal and the visual signal. And you can get computers to learn this too, without any labels, without telling it what it is, by making sure the positive pairs come from same point in time and negative pairs come from different points in time. And we can use it for many tasks. We can use, we've learned through two ways. We've learned about identity now, and we've learned about phonetics, which is the pronunciation. With that, we can do face recognition, we can do lip reading, we can do speaker recognition, and we can do speech recognition as well. Speech recognition is a very popular task. And as you know, you're using speech recognition all the time when you use Siri and things like that. And in ideal conditions, speech recognition works really well. And you see, like, if you're trying to do speech recognition of audiobooks, the error rate, the percentage that you get wrong, is only about 1-2%. But how about when it's really, really loud? If you're at a party and you're trying to do speech recognition, does it work? No, it doesn't. You can see that in a lot of scenarios, speech recognition doesn't really work that well. You're getting error rates, 20%, 40%, 80%. It's not working. Speech recognition does not work when it's noisy. So then what should we do? That's why I've done some research in lip reading. Lip reading is doing speech recognition from the visual information. And why is that good? Because visual information is not corrupted by the noise. Even if it's super loud, even if I'm far from you, my lip information is still there. It's still robust. So we've done lip reading. I'm not going to go into technical details, but text training based on self-supervised visual features that we talked about. And also, when we convert visual information into audio, we don't have the voice characteristics, but we can estimate the voice characteristic from how this person looks, right? If I look like this, you can estimate my voice, which is probably different from what her voice would sound like. So we can estimate that. So if we have a silent video like this, we want to give it voice. We want to give this face a voice. This is the ground truth. This is the actual voice that all of us.
It's using past experience based on similar situations to try to make meaning.
Okay, the sound is actually much better than this. It's the speaker, the projector is not very good.
It's using past experience based on similar situations to try to make meaning.
Yeah, so lip reading works. We can lip read this and produce a sound that sounds quite like the original. And what if we start with this? We get the lip motion, and then we put it through audio visuals. Actually, this is not audio visual speech enhancement. This is actually lip reading. Sorry for the error. Lip reading. And then we generate speech, and then we put it into pre-trained ASR like Google ASR, and get the text. What will be the error rate? This is the BBC News video, and this is the TED Talk video. The error rate we get is like 30%, 20%. So it's not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Right? If it's 20%, 30% error rate, we can actually understand roughly what is being said, right? But what's important here is, of course, lip reading is not perfect because there's limited information, limited visual information when you speak. The amount of information on your face is much less than in the voice. But if it's super loud, your speech recognition result will be much higher than this. But even if it's super loud, or if I'm outside that window, lip reading performance is not affected. So this can be useful. But we can get the benefit of lip reading and speech recognition together. If we have some noisy speech, and then we also have the visual information, we can make speech recognition much better. How do we do that? We train a self-supervised model. We mix some unwanted audio to the target audio, and given the face, we get it to reproduce the output audio. And we've done this research based on modern deep learning model. In this case, we call this diffusion models. And then if we do that, we can separate audio. The first thing I'm going to show you here is the audio of this original video. And then we're going to show you separating this audio by each face. So take a look at the video.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I've got a new coat out of the
Got a
box today.
situation.
You're driving, what are you doing?
Oh no. Oh no. We've got a situation. What?
Oh, I've got a new coat out of the budget today and now it's ruined. You're driving, what are you doing?
Right, and so you can see that it's separating the voice. The next part that I'm going to show you is some demos on giving voice and face to AI, which is making the AI speak, because that's the most natural modality for you to communicate with AI systems. The first thing I'm going to show you is producing face condition speech. What is this? It's given this face and some text. We want to make some audio that looks like, that sounds like it would come from that person. So we look at that person's face and we try to make audio that would come from that person. We don't know what that person's voice sounds like, but we can estimate it. So what we do is we give it a face, we give it a text, and we're producing audio. And we're doing that again using some diffusion model. And let's give it this face and this target text. And I'm going to give you this sound. You can see if this sounds quite like it would come from that person.
So numerous were his opportunities of showing favoritism that all the prisoners may be said to be in his power.
Yeah. So I think the audio quality is quite bad, so it's quite hard for you to tell, but it's for you to judge if this comes from that person. But we want to give it maybe different condition. We want to get it get the model to say this: good morning, how are you feeling today? Well, we want to give it, rather than image condition, maybe we want to give it a description, like she is talking in the park. And we have a model that produces this. And here in this demo, the description is this. It's a pop music in the background, and this audio is generated by a text-to-speech model. And you can hear.
This audio is generated by a text-to-speech model.
And you can generate condition for the audio like this, or like this, nature environmental noise with various vocalization, and we try to get the model to say this.
In nature, nothing is perfected, everything is perfect.
You see here the bird? We can give it various conditions. And it's a multimodal model, so if you give it a sound, no text, and image like this instead of description text, you can produce sound like this.
He has throat infection.
Yes, maybe it's the speakers, or maybe he has a throat infection. But this is we're producing, getting AI to speak. But what's more is that people only feel natural if they're seeing and listening at the same time. So we can get it to generate a talking face as well. We're making a model to generate audio and video at the same time. So we're trying to get it this image to speak. But if this person just stands like this and speaks, it's not natural for humans. If you just get a still image and get its mouth to move, it's not natural for humans to see. So to make it natural, we get it to get his head to move, and we get it to follow the pose of this guy. So if you look at our method here on the left,
I'm a mixture. I'm a European mixture. You know, I was born in Switzerland once again.
we make a talking head to match the sound and the pose. And again,
from any other musical ever made. The fact that every single person is singing
how does it look to you? Yeah. So if there's a talking head as well in the video, as well as the audio, people will feel much more natural when they're listening. So essentially, current AI assistants are like this. They do speech recognition, they put it through some sort of LLM, and they do TTS and get the output. But what my research is focused on is something more like this. So we have audio visual ASR, so that it can listen in noisy environments. And we also have situational perception, because what people are saying is dependent on the context. Whether I'm saying the same thing here or outside when I'm riding a taxi is different, right? If I'm riding a taxi, my command means something different to if I'm saying something to you right now, even if it's the same text. So we put the context and the clean audio into the whatever AI model it is. And also on the generation side, we give it a voice and a face, generating audio and video at the same time for more immersive experience and more immersive interface to AI. So that's my research. Thank you so much for listening. And over dinner, I'd like to talk to you more. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Actually, we are using the same technique which I mentioned yesterday as well, enhancing the learning abilities of people who are mentally retarded or have some other issues. So we actually observe the facial expressions. There are 46 muscles which actually move whenever you give some expression. And you express much more through your face than your words.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, exactly. So our project with British Council is on that. That is with the University of London.
Okay.
Yes.
It'd be really good to talk to you more over there.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Great. Thank you very much.
And one more question.
Yes.
How normally we use deep fake to
Yes.
make like videos. So what techniques you use to identify that this video has been designed through deepfake or not?
Oh, that's a completely different field, but I do have some papers in that field as well. It's called anti-spoofing, and it's basically training a different deep learning model to find out if it's a generated video or a real video. But
Right.
yeah, there are a lot of work on that we're doing.
Because the AI is moving or developing with very fast pace in
Yes.
respect to these deepfakes.
Mm.
But when it's come to the tools to identify either it's generated or it's original, then there are still certain flaws. Yeah, and that's why people mostly misuse
it's
it.
really important.
Yeah, exactly.
That
yeah.
part is very important.
Yes.
as well.
So we even tell about impersonation attack and computer network or cyber threat and cyber security. That how our social engineering, that how someone can hypnotize you for some negative activity as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.